sit down.
Hello folks, Colin here, Vesta 67's workshop, and what have we got for you this time? Yes folks, we are in for a treat. My good friends over at DeAgostini have been in touch, and this is build your own Ford Mustang Shelby GT500 in 1967. 1/6 scale, folks. Yeah, that is massive. So we got a poster here that I will open up as best as I can. Loads of blurb on there on building it, what you get and all of that, like the build up of it, all the interior. This has got light and sound effects, folks. Headlights, brake lights, turn signals and horn are all activated by a remote control that you get in a later issue. It's a static machine with metal bodywork, the doors and windows with opening and closing mechanisms, peeps. So yeah, absolutely in for a treat on this one. I can't open the poster because it's too big to get on the bench at the moment. There's some blurb there. Build your own Shelby Mustang. Welcome to the Mustang build, it says in there. And we have got issue 1 of the magazine. Now, what struck me about this, because I'm doing Eleanor at the moment, is look at the colour. It just brought back images of, I know the Bullet Mustang was a fastback, but it just, I like that colour. It really does talk to me. And this is 1/6 scale, folks. There is a dimension for you, for the eagle-eyed that like their measurements. Let's have a quick reference. The length is 79 centimetres, which in old money is 31 inches. The width is 31 centimetres, 12 inches. And its height is 23 centimetres, 9 inches. Now, that's going to be a massive car. I'm going to have a little jiggle around on my bench as the build takes shape and change and raise my camera angle, because as it changes or gets bigger, I'm going to have to just modify my setup to get this on the bench, folks, for you all to see. But let's have a look at what we get in issue 1. We've got some blurb there with to all your readers and bits and bobs and contact information. You got the Shelby story there, which was the launch of the Mustang. Ford built the first prototype in 1962. It's 60 years or 61 years ago, and launched the production version 2 years later. It was a car with elegant lines, top performance and sports car handling. It was destined to be a winner. Yeah, and it's that iconic Mustang badge of the galloping horse. So there's the Shelby story. There's the adverts and the original blurb on the first car there. This is what we've got in this issue, folks. And I've got it just to my right. I'll bring it on in a sec. I say this giggling because when I opened the box that arrived, I was blown away by how big this bit was, and I showed it to the wife, and she was like, oh my god. So yeah, all the details there on how we're going to be assembling the bits and pieces today, so we should do that. All the different steps in the instructions there, putting it all together, what screws you want, all of that. So what we'll end up with at the very end of this episode is this little area of the car there. Bear that in mind as I now bring on the piece. Bear it in mind, I've got hands like a goalkeeper. Look at that. Yeah, come on, look. Massive. Yeah, for comparison, there's a bottle of Citadel paint. Yeah. Wow. And I've looked at this and the colour is absolutely stunning. It really is stunning. I can't wait to get this open so that you can see it all nice and shiny. So that's what we're going to be putting together today. We're going to be assembling this, and then I shall be wrapping this up, put it in a nice protective rag roll in a box, ready for future issues, because I don't want to get any dinks or anything on it, because I will cry. So that's what we're going to be putting together. There's a Shelby, which is the Mustang. Carroll Shelby was among the first to realise the possibilities of the Mustang as a sports car, and Ford were receptive to his proposals, and the result was the Shelby Mustang. There's the GT350 variant that was equipped with a 4.7 litre Shelby engine. It had 304 horsepower. The big blocks did not fit in the Mustang's engine compartment until the base model was redesigned in '67. With that in mind, I had to bowl it out a little bit because, yeah. There's the Ford story there. There's the 350 there, white with blue side bands, or as the Le Mans pack with blue stripes emblazoned in its hood, roof and trunk. Yes, the birth of the Go Faster stripe. And there is a 2015 version of the Super Snake, which 300 units were manufactured. 2 years later, it celebrated the 50th anniversary with a special edition of 500 units. That was the 67 GT for 500, 7-litre engine, folks. It can be considered one of the earliest muscle cars, which typically had a large engine in a medium body. And there was the legend himself, Mr. Carroll Shelby, at the wheel of one of his Cobras. So yes, folks, so have a read of these. We're going to put this at the back so that we can start looking at what we've got in this box. It's going to be the same process that I normally do. I've got me 3-in-1 oil ready to go, various screwdrivers, tweezers and bits and bobs. So I'm going to open this up and then I'll line all the bits up. Okay, right folks, that's everything laid out that we want. So let's bring this in so that you can see. Look at the beautiful finish on that. Absolutely stunning, isn't it? Wow. And the weight. Wow. Yeah. So that's what we've got. So we've got 1G to go in, which is this section. So we want to spin that round and we want to get that so that that little notch is facing up the way. Like that, in there. So that's what we want. So let's line that up and get that in place. So that's what it's telling me. He says optimistically. Is that the right side? Or is that one? I think that's that one. So let's have that one. Right and left. There you go. Bosh, like that. So that's what we want. And then 1G is marked with an L as shown. There you go. So we've got that in place. There you go. And then 1G is marked with right. So that's what we want. And then we want the one that's got left on it goes in place over there, like so, and engages with DS1 screws, folks. All right, don't forget to put your lens in, folks. So we want number 1H. There's a little tinsy-wincy notch just on the side. There. Just poking out like a little ear roll. And we want that notch to engage in the little gap just there. There. Then you can put your lens or the reflector over that to sandwich it in place. your screw in, let it nib home, just slide that through there. It's massive, isn't it? There you go. Have you some of that, and that will give you a reflector sat in there like so. You've got a bulb to go in the back of that later on, so bear that in mind. Let's engage that in, put the lens cover in, same thing, little notch, just engage that in its appropriate tab. Can only go in one way, and then the same thing there with your screws. Just pop that in there, and you'll notice there's a little angle cut just there. You want that to go on the slope side, just like that. There you go. I'll come back and I'll put some 3-in-1 in that in a sec. Once I've got this side biting. There you go. Now I can back that out, pop a little 3-in-1 in there. There you go. Bit of 3-in-1. Bung that in, release the screw. There you go. Bob's your uncle. Look at that. And that is the other side in. Look at that. Oh, can I make brum brum noises already? Yeah. So we got both the turn signals in, so I'm happy with that. They're fully in place. We've now got the number plate to go on, and that is held in place with a pair of DS13s, which are these tinsy wincy little ones. So again, we're going into die cast, folks, so bear that in mind. So 3-in-1 oil will be required. Boom. Line up your license plate. I'm going to pop the screw straight in. Again, not fully home. I just want it to bite whilst I then pick up the next one. Just like that. Oh man, this is stunning. There you go. Now that's fully on. Let's get a Q-tip and get rid of dab of oil. There you go. Because we don't want that showing, do we? And again, don't forget, right at the very end of this build, this whole model will be getting a full dose of polish treatment. So that will get rid of any fingerprints that I've accumulated on it as this build has gone on, because, yeah, so I will do its final detailing in the last video issue. But that's what you're going to end up with at the end of this issue, folks. Let's just stand that there so you can see. Pop that behind there. There you go. Look at that. Whoa. What a thing of beauty, eh? Yeah. Stunning, 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 stunning. Absolutely unbelievable. I am so in awe of this one. Let's see whether I can just prop that up on something. Yeah, you had it first time, Cole. There you go. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. So we're going to leave it there. Don't forget, if you want to grab one of these for yourself, hit up the link just below the screen there and pop over to the DeAgostini website, and you can do your very, very, very own version, folks, of this 67 Shelby GT500. Look at that. I will see you in part 2. Until then, stay safe, stay well. Thank you for watching. Bye bye for now. Big Mustang.